All right, so we're gonna work on it's sweep week, right? You two already know this, but you don't. So this week, what we're working on is punch blocks from closed guard, and then going to an arm bar, then the pendulum sweep and the waiter sweep. The kids didn't do the pendulum sweep. I don't want to overload their little brains. And then Wednesday, we're going to be working on the sweeps for the standing person. Right, so we're going to do the tripod sweep, outside hood sweep, and dummy sweep. Okay? So, Shane. Oh. Don't kick the mic. I'm dropping the mic. All right, so we're going to start in closed guard. First defense to punches in the closed guard is going to be nothing more. Now, person on top, you're just going to throw some slow punches so we can get used to blocking, right? So if Shane starts throwing a punch, I don't want to get hit. My first defense is not to try and catch the punch or pull him forward, so I'm just going to get harder, right? I'm going to actually push him away and elevate my hips and my shoulders. Now, if he tries to punch, I can hold him at bay, even with his orangutan arms. Right? He's got the big old long ass arms. And I can hold those back, right? If he does happen to come forward, what I want to do is the side that he's punching on, answer the phone. Or fix my hair. I don't have hair to fix, but I want to cover my ear with my hand. Don't flatten your palm to your ear hole because you'll pop your eardrum. That's just bad. Go like, hook your thumb under, right? And then we're going to elbow in. Right? Other side, we're going to roll that way to absorb into our shoulder, and he punches, right? And then, when we want to attack, let's say I want to attack this arm, as he comes in, I want to cover it, but I'm going to pull to the side, right? Direct my knees in that direction, uses momentum, boom. I'm going to trap that arm. Right? What do we do from here? Arm bar, right? So I've got the arm. He's going to start to posture back up. So I go to my bro grip, right? This hand, I can come in here and I can get this collar, right? Oh, where are you going, pal? There's nowhere. So I pin him down. I'll arm bar across my chest. Very low percentage arm bar. Don't make that a habit. But once I get control here, I can break my guard. This foot goes on the hip. I'm going to pinch my knee in. I'm going to pivot my body, shooting this foot up to the ceiling. I'm going to pivot in the direction of the hand, keeping the elbow at about my belly button. This grip right here is going to allow me to push his head away. Leg goes over, pinch the knees, both hands go on the wrist, heavy heels, and I lift my hips for the submission. So again, he starts throwing punches. First defense, I push away. He can't punch me very well. If he does get in, I cover. And I cover. And I cover. And as he comes in, right, we're going to pull him off to the side. We're going to trap the arm, push him back. Throw grip, we're going to trap here. Foot goes on the hip, knee comes in tight. I'm going to take this hand now, thumb in collar grip. You know how much I love that thumb in collar grip, right? Pivot. Leg goes over, pinch the knees, heavy heels, and then hip in. Okay? Ready to try it? Start playing with the punches on 2 on 2.
Oh, I thought it was
You want to pair up with Dave until Griffin gets ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you catch everything that was going on?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
He's gonna punch me in your face, and I'm like,
Yes.
with your face.
Well, if you want him to go first, put him on his back, and then he'll walk through everything with you.
Yeah, that works. You can punch me in the face.
So Griffin, this week we're working on punch blocking from closed guard. okay? And then we're going to go into the arm bar. You know, from defending the punches, going to an arm bar. Then we're going to do the waiter sweep and the pendulum sweep, okay? So if you want to pair up with Dave and Shane,
As you do that, that way, come this way. My hand is flat. Okay.
point that thumb to the ceiling, good. Pinch your knees. So where's her elbow at right now?
It's going back too far. Okay.
So if her elbow drops below your belt line, you're pretty much toast. So you need to bring that arm up. Yeah.
My elbow's got to see about your belly button.
Okay, so I'm holding it like I got to hold it up here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Here.
Thumb in. Thumb in. There we go. Now pivot your body. Pivot. Leg over. Pinch your knees.
Pull down. This comes to here.
Heavy heels. Hip in. Hips up. There we go.
It's still, pivot over. Okay. From here. Boom. Pinch the knees. This face to the chest. Heels down. Hip up.
do that.
No, you're good.
Punch in the face. Huh? That's
They
good defense.
stop from behind over there. Want to get in on this thing? You saw what we were doing? So then, yeah.
Thumb in. There you go. Pivot, pivot. Yes. Pinch those knees. Heavy heels. There we go.
When you throw them, though, throw them like, kind of like you're aiming on
Yeah,
that
give
side,
them, give them like sloppy shots, like most people do when they're fighting in a street fight, because they're not trained. So, Dave, one thing I do want you to avoid, right? Griffin, go ahead and reset just a little bit. Start coming in with that right again. So when you brought him over, you totally just left everything wide open, right? You're gonna get hit in the face. Okay. So keep the guard up as you pull him across, right? There we go. Now go ahead and establish your grips. So he's gonna start to sit back. Get your bro grip. Get your bro grip. There you go. Thumb in on the cross collar. Yes. Now break your guard. Left foot goes on the hip. Pinch that knee in tight. Thumb goes to the ceiling. Pinch your knees. Heavy heels, both hands on his wrist.
Everyone loves their arm bar.
That's right. Pinch those knees. Pinch those knees tight. Okay?
You were getting it, but the knees were.
So, into the phone. And a little tip, well, don't just keep them there. Wait, because you want to do that. You want to be in the ready place.
Just did this with the kids, and now
I know. Bro grip. Bro grip. There we go. Don't forget, if you cross your ankles on any of these techniques, you owe me burpees.
So yeah, now you go to start the posture up. Yeah, thumb in. Pull them down to you a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Pinch them knees, heavy heels. Drop. Yes. Now hip in. There we go. Pinch that knee in tight.
they keep me from running away.
Pivot. Pinch tight. Heavy heels. Don't cross your feet. You're going to owe me burpees. So you see how you're stretching yourself out? Keep this right here. All right? Take this hand and put it right here. Pinch your knees tight. Now I want you to bring your heels to your butt. Tight knees, bring your heels to your butt, and then lift your hips this way.
There you go.
Okay? With this, it's if you stretch out, you're going to lose the arm bar. So you keep it a little compressed and then just drive your hips through, and that's what gets you the submission.
Perfect. Yeah, pinch your knees. Heels down.
Nice. All right, guys, real quick, finish the rep that you're on. Get that bro grip, Lori. Get that bro grip.
You know why? I'm not a bro.
All right, let's talk about a couple things real quick on this arm bar, okay? All right, Shane. So once we get our grip, right? So he's throwing the punch, we're set up over here. This holds true not just for defending the punches to do this, but just in general for the arm bar, right? I want to make sure that I've got his elbow across my center line. If his elbow comes over here, I no longer have the leverage to do the arm bar. If his elbow drops below my hip line, I no longer have leverage for the arm bar. So I want his elbow at a minimum on my belly button. Better if we can get it over a little bit and a little higher, okay? With this hand, normally, you know, in a lot of cases, you're going to trap the arm. You'll grab here. You'll 2-on-1 the wrist. I have really taken to this grip here. Thumb in on a cross collar, right? Because I have control here. He can't squirrel away and run if I've got this, right? Now, when I break my guard, I'm going to leave one leg over, but the other one, I'm going to push back a little bit, and my foot goes on the hip. And my knee is going to come into this shoulder. I'm going to pinch really freaking tight. This is going to help secure my position so that he doesn't run, okay? Now he's got friction all across my midsection. He's got to go through my leg as well to get this arm extracted. Plus, I'm breaking his posture the whole time, right? So when I go to pivot, I don't want to push away from him, right? All I'm doing is, this is just a brace to keep the knee pinched. This foot here, I'm going to shoot to the ceiling and pivot on the small of my back, okay? I don't want to give any more space than I have to, so I just spin. And we always spin in the direction the arm is pointing. Now I'm pulling down, I can push away and get my leg over a lot easier. Elbows in prime position here, so I just 2-on-1 the wrist with the bro grip, pinch my knees, heavy heels, and lift my hips. And it only takes a little bit of movement.
Right.
Okay? Does that make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, add that into your arm bar. I want to see it. All right, on 2-on-2. Not that what you're doing is wrong, but this is going to make you more successful. Pinch tight. Pinch tight. Yes, much better. Now pinch your knees super tight. 2-on-1 your wrist. Yes. There we go. That was better. Pinch those knees. Yes. Get your bro grip.
I just told you that.
I know. It's literally just
I literally just told you that. Get the collar grip before you break the guard.
Then you can say, where you going, pal? Nowhere. Pinch those knees. Yes. So this mic was $40. So we're going to see how it works. The mic I wanted was $400.
Big difference.
Yeah. Pinch, pinch, heavy heels.
My thumbs up. Up, not.
Thumb goes to the ceiling.
Yeah, you guys nice and well. Yeah,
Yep. That's all right. That's all right. That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Are you punching people, Lori?
Yeah.
Come on.
In his face.
Frickin' brute.
I know. You rude.
Just a brute. She's going to be our mad enforcer. And it's deceptive, too.
Right.
All right, finished the rep you're on. We're good? All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. So we're going to work on the pendulum sweep and the waiter sweep. Okay, so first we're going to do the pendulum sweep. This can be worked right in with everything else. So we're doing the punch blocking, right? Oh, no. Whoop. We bring him down, right? Now I want to do the arm bar from here. But let's say he decides he doesn't want to cooperate and he's just going to stay down. Well, this sucks for me because I need him to be back in order to do the arm bar, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come through and I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to trap, get a sleeve, and trap this arm over here, right? Cup, collar, get a nice grip in there, and tuck your elbow to your chest. Now he's stuck, right? Break the guard, plant the foot, dive under the leg, pick up your pizza, come right across, choke him with his own arm.
That's the,
The waiter sweep.
that's the other, I thought you were going pendulum. Sorry.
No, not yet. This was the waiter.
Later.
So again, he's going to throw that punch, whoop, bring him down. Now he's not cooperating for the arm bar. So we've got it trapped. This hand is going to come in, grab behind the collar, and I want to reach my thumb over behind the far ear, right? And we're going to lock him down. This pins the head and shoulder to your body and makes it very difficult for them to get out. Plant the foot, pivot right under, and I'm going to go elbow to knee, right? Pick up my pizza. Right over in the mount. Now I'm throwing punches. Okay? You guys ready to try it? All right, get after it. One more time? Yeah. Here we go. Whoop. Come through. We're going to trap. We're going to get. We're going to lock. Break the guard. This foot plants. Pivot under. Scoop. Right over. Okay? All right. On two, on two. It doesn't matter who goes first. Shane, don't be afraid to work in and get some reps. Okay, fair enough.
I'm not saying I can't use it.
Okay. Well, yeah, you are. So you're locking him down, right? What are you doing with your right arm? What are you trying to do right now?
Yes.
You need to sweep, right?
Well,
So in order to pivot, where does your right arm go?
Now your take.
Left foot goes on the mat.
yes.
Right foot goes over the hips. Under, under, under. Keep pivoting. Pivot, 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 pivot. There we go. See, you had it right.
Okay.
You just had to dive under.
Yeah. I was questioning myself. I'm like, I was missing something before I did that.
Oh, no. Dip, dive, dodge.
After the grip.
Yes. But now you need that.
So then when you pivot this way. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Once you get that collar grip, you don't need to maintain and control the arm.
Let go.
You can let go of the arm because that collar grip pins that arm to your chest. So take your right hand and reach over her arm and behind her bicep. Right here. This hand goes to the collar. Now elbow to your ribs. Boom. Now you can let go of the arm. Where's she going? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Right?
And so then now I can pivot.
Left foot, pivot, take your right arm and go under the leg. Elbow to knee. Yep. Now pivot. No, don't push. Just pivot. Just pivot. Just pivot.
Yes.
Pivot, push, pivot, push, pivot, push. You do not have to use muscle on this sweep.
This one's
This is nothing more than turning your body. Okay?
is the under the arm and then it's
Arm goes under the leg to the elbow, right? And as you pivot, you start to lift your arm. right? Don't sit up. You're not sitting up, okay? As you pivot your body around, right? Let's cover that. Guys, everybody time real quick. This is a no strength sweep, okay? What do I mean by that? This means you do not have to muscle through your opponent. Every one of you can execute this on Brody without having to use muscle, okay? This is 100% leverage, okay? Zane can do this to me. You know Zane. You see me, right? In fact, here, go to your back. Go back. So, right? All we got to do is trap this arm, right? You can even do it from right here without collapsing their body down, okay? Just keep this trapped and go ahead and execute the sweep. Once he pivots through, he pushes with his leg a little bit. I have no table to stand with. I'm falling over whether I like it or not. It just takes a little bit of twist and a little bit of push.
With that leg, yeah.
There's no muscle. You do not have to struggle to lift. You don't have to throw them. You don't even sit up. All you're doing is turning your body, right, and pushing with your leg a little bit. That's it. And because you took the table leg away, they're just going to fall right over. You use that momentum to help bring you up into mount. Okay?
Sure.
All right, on 2 on 2. Pivot, pivot, pivot. Yep. Right? Right? It's almost stupid how easy it is. Okay, Brody, get dressed. You guys rep. No more chatty.
No, I am. I have to film it.
So you feel how off balance you already are, right?
Oh, yeah.
So just pivot, 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 zoom. See, Griffin, you can do this to your old man all day long. Oh, no.
Yeah, I was hoping Brody would show up.
Brody's here, so.
You don't want to do any of this?
Now I got Brody here,
Okay.
so I get to throw his ass around.
Yes.
But the inverse is also true.
That's true. That's very true.
Just pivot, just pivot. So trap the arm. Your left arm traps his arm. Your left arm traps his arm. Your right arm dives under his leg, elbow deep. Yes. See how much easier that is? There's no strength involved. Just continue pivoting your body. And you can ratchet, right? Tick, tick, tick. Just give a little push with your hamstring. Little bit of up arm. You don't have to use a lot of strength. Doesn't matter how big they are. Yeah, if you need to. But you don't have to. Right? That's the key part of this, is that it's designed for people to not have to use strength.
Right.
This will allow a 115-pound female to sweep Brody.
What? It almost
So, like, your girlfriend.
she's heavier than 115, but she's muscular as all
I'm
hell.
sorry. 120. What's going on over here? Wardrobe malfunction. I'm just seeing
My pants are falling down.
Even picking somebody up is a lot of leverage.
No, the girl from Dragon almost caught me with this when last time we rolled. It did not happen.
Take it off the mats.
Okay.
Please, thank you.
You finally dressed?
Yes.
They're just doing-
They just went and got a drink. I don't know where you guys are going.
That's guys.
No, 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 no. No. I was telling Matt not to bring water on the mats.
This is one where if you throw punches,
Yeah.
I'll take you over that way.
That's
Now I
the
can
arm.
trap you here. Boom. Trap you here. Boom, like this. And then zoom in.
Oh, I
And you
remember
just
the
tumble
waiter
over.
sweep.
And then
If it's there.
I'll find it. It's one of my favorites. Now with you, it's a little difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Wait. So, I want you to get, but if I'm throwing a punch this way, don't sit up into it.
Yeah. Just block it.
Just block it.
You can turn a little bit like this. Yeah. Right? Now, other side. Boom, turn. Don't come into it. Okay. Make it easier for me to get you. But when I would, don't, you're not doing steps. You ready? All right? You ready? If I, yes!
Okay.
Yes. Now, but here's the thing. So if I come in, yes. Trap the arm. 'Cause I can do this. The arm trap. And you need
So
this arm, right?
stick your thumb inside of the collar. This hand.
This
Left
thumb?
hand. Yes. Now, elbow to your rib cage. Yes. Now you can let go of the arm.
Yeah.
Because he can't pull it out.
Right.
Left foot goes on the mat.
Left foot.
Yep.
Oh.
And then pivot under. Just a little. Yeah. Bada bing.
Yes. I was missing some details on it.
That's okay.
I'm afraid. It did not happen.
That's why we do reps in class.
Exactly.
All right, now we're going to do the pendulum sweep. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, same kind of setup. I want to get control, right? So I'm going to grab here, I'm going to pull him down. Or if he's throwing the punches, we're just going to bring him across, get a hold, okay? Now, let's say he starts to posture up to where I can't really get a hold of this collar well, right? That's going to kind of suck for me, right? So here, I'm just going to 2-on-1 his wrist so that he can't take his arm away, okay? Break my guard. I'm going to start to pivot, but he's kind of blocking me out, so I'm going to swing my leg, chop it down, and scissor my legs, okay? This one is a little more muscle. You don't have the same leverage, okay? Come back. All right. We'll pull him through. Boom. We're going to trap the arm. I'm going to end up 2-on-1 on here, okay? I'm going to try to pivot. I'm going to reach back here to get a hold of here. Just anything. Try and get better control when he's resisting, right? This is not a cops episode. You can't tase him. Stop resisting, man. Can't do that, right? Break the guard. I'm going to plant. I'm going to try to pivot, but he's being a pain in my ass. So we're going to come up. Now, ideally, I'm going to swing wide and chop down, okay? We swing wide, chop down to come up. Your leg acts as a pendulum. Yes, sir.
Where do you want? Where's the chop go? Is it like above the knee?
As close to the knee as possible. We're trying to take that, we're just trying, all we're doing is creating momentum with our leg, right? Come back.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Right? So we're here. All I'm trying to do is swing my leg out to create momentum, right? Make sense? All right, let's play with it.
Do
Yes.
you just do a like complete gator roll to go over, or is
You're
there some-
scissoring your legs.
Yeah, and you go over without
Yep.
coming up at all.
Momentum.
You're using your hamstring on his knee.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
Down, and then the other one is pushing on the hip. All right, so we're going like this.
But there's no benefit to getting a similar angle to what a hip bump sweep would be, right?
This is if you can't get there,
Okay.
right? This is an oh shit, I can't move, right?
Okay.
I can't get it. Because if I could get a better position, I'd waiter sweep him, right?
Okay.
Right? I wouldn't sit up into him. I'm breaking his posture and pulling him into me, right? I'm not trying to throw my hips in the air. I'm trying to swing my leg to chop him down because I can't get to my waiter sweep. This is also good if he tucks that knee in to where you can't get your arm under it. Okay? or if he kicks his foot back enough to where he can't flower sweep, which is where you grab the pant leg. Okay? All right, let's get it on 2 on 2.
What is that? I'm pulling guard to my hip scooting.
This is not IBJJF Worlds.
Right.
Scoot, scoot, scoot,
What is
scoot,
walking,
scoot.
but just having guard but standing up? My posturing upwards is this.
You don't want to get swept, right? So you're trying to get your arm back.
Get a 2-on-1. How am I doing this 2-on-1? Am I getting the figure 4 or just
Grab it.
Just grab it?
Grab it.
Yeah, this
Okay.
goes up.
Swing it through. So swing, swing.
Okay. So now.
But you want to, this requires, guys, this requires some hip flexibility, okay? You've got to be able to swing your leg wide when you're bringing it down. If your hips do not allow you to relax enough to get an outward arc to come under, you are not going to be very successful with this because you're not going to have the leverage you need to execute the sweep, okay? So like Doug is not somebody who I would have do this sweep. He's not very flexible in the hips. Okay? I want you to play with it, but if you have poor hip flexibility, this is not going to be your A game until you work on your hip flexibility. Does that make sense? All right.
The one chopping on this one comes up in the armpit, right?
Doesn't necessarily have to be in the armpit. Your hamstring just has to be like on the rib cage
Okay.
because you're pushing with one. Yes. You're scissoring your legs.
Okay.
This. I'm gonna do this like that idea.
Okay.
It's not.
I throw this one up,
Yep.
and then as I come down, I move this one.
Yep. Yep. And ideally, that hip flexibility is going to allow you to come down lower and hit their knee
More.
rather than hit them in the hip.
Okay.
Okay?
Something really well.
You're
Blocking the hip.
So you're posturing up, so I can't get. You have to posture a lot more.
Well,
Orangutan arms.
Right.
Against average.
Yeah. So
Here.
It's like the move on my legs.
So you're going to swing it wide and chop it through. And you got to commit, right? This is one, this is an oh shit sweep.
Right, like here. I know. Like here. Oh,
But if you can get there, you may as well do something else,
yeah, no.
right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's where you got to swing, right?
Yeah.
That's that momentum.
That part is like hard to.
Yes, trying to get that arc down is difficult.
Yeah.
I've always been in trouble with this one.
That's okay. That's why we're doing it.
That might be part of it too, but if you that's the weird thing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, if you can get that collar to break the posture, right, you're going to do something else,
Well, exactly.
right?
So, but that's the funny thing is because my arms.
So do this. So do this. Do it like you're going to do the flower sweep. So trap his arm with your left arm. Trap his arm with just the left.
Yeah.
Now take your right hand and you're going to grab his pant leg.
Oh yeah.
Remember the flower sweep, right?
Oh,
It's tight.
Well, you got to pivot. You got to plant your foot and pivot, right?
yeah.
That's the flower sweep. Now come back. Okay? So same movement. You're going to pivot a little bit, right? But you can't get his pant leg. And you can't go under for the waiter, right? So pivot a little bit.
I gotta work on that.
That's okay. But you see how you create a little bit of an angle, and then it gives you a little bit of room to cut through. Guys, who's having trouble doing this? All right. Check it out. If you're having trouble getting this done, just like the flower sweep, right? We're going to take same side and bring it across the body, plant, pivot, grab the pant leg, and then we're going to shove here and lift. All right, that's the flower sweep. Now, if they're hiding this leg to where you can't get it, then we're going to be 2-on-1 here. And we're going to have to execute a different sweep. And if they're hiding this to where we can't get it, odds are I'm not getting under this knee. Let's say he's keeping this far side knee tight against my hip, and I can't get under there, right? Well, now I'm going to pivot a little bit to clear my hip and swing wide and push, okay? Swing wide and push, and I want to be as low as possible. I want my hamstring as close to his knee as I can. If I'm throwing my hamstring in his hip, I got to pick his entire ass up over my leg, right? Now, if you're dealing with somebody like Zane, that might not be difficult. But if you got me or Brody, you're going to have a hard fucking time, right? So we get to here, we've got this trapped. I'm going to clear my hip just a little bit, because remember, he's staying tight. And I don't have the room I need. So now we're going to open up wide, chop down, and scissor my legs. Okay? It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. Create that little bit of angle to clear your hip, and you should have a little bit more room to get it done. Okay?
Nice.
Add it in on 2-on-2. But just remember, the key is to get your leg low. Block their knee. So don't roll to your side. Just clear your hip a little bit. There we go. Now chop it down. Is that a little better?
Yeah, I think so.
That looked like it went a little easier for you. But again, we want to work on hip flexibility so that we can come down lower to the knee. Okay? It's not always going to be an A sweep. It's an oh shit sweep. Swing it. A little more momentum. A little more momentum. Better. So you're going to have to use some force on this one. You all right, Griffin? Your hand?
Yeah.
Where's your brace?
I forgot it. I don't think so. I might get it up. I was in a rush.
I honestly, I don't know.
Can I make that face, please? I might have to be a little more broken down.
Right, but
Swing it, Shane. Swing it. Swing it. Kick the hip out a little bit.
yeah.
Now swing it. Swing it. Swing it.
Jeez.
As you swing, scissor your legs.
Yeah, that's the timing thing too.
Yeah,
And as I'm doing it, I'm letting go of his hand because I'm focusing so hard on that.
that's all right.
Here.
Does it help to make sure
There we
that
go.
arm is over? Because it seems like it gets my body a little bit better.
So, every time. The question is, does it help to make sure that their shoulder is farther across your body? Now, I want you to think about the physics of this, and you can answer the question for yourselves, okay? If I'm on my base, and my arm is here, my elbow's at your midsection, are my shoulders rotated or no?
No, pretty flat.
If I'm here, are my shoulders rotated? Everybody go to your knees. Go to your elbows. Take your right arm and pass it as far over as you can, and then put your shoulder on the mat to where your shoulders are rotated. Do you feel stable?
No.
Does it feel like somebody could nudge you on the hip and push you over? Okay. The answer is yes. At any time, if you can rotate the shoulders, right, it helps with the sweep. Because where the shoulders point, the head points. Where the head points, the body goes, right?
So doing the arm drag over as far as you can. on that.
If I have a single grip, I'm taking it as far over as I can, right? The challenge is holding it,
Yeah, right.
right? Which is why you come in for support, cup that elbow on the tricep, and pull it across more. Now, if they're resisting or they're starting to posture up and you cannot get that hook, that means, oh shit, I have to go now. Guys, I hear people say, oh, the pendulum sweep's a great A option. If you have the hip flexibility, sure. But most hobbyists in jiu-jitsu don't have the hip flexibility to make that their A sweep. The flower sweep, the waiter sweep, the scissor sweep, those are going to be your A sweeps, your sit-up sweep, those ones. This one's like an, oh shit, I don't have another choice. I've already gotten to where I wanted to go. They've blocked my arm bar. They've blocked this. They've blocked that. Fuck it, let's try this. Right? It's a little bit lower percentage, but it may also bait them to where you can get better control and then move into something that's higher percentage.
Yeah.
Right? Because remember, in movement comes opportunity. Right? So now, what time do we got left? All right, I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. With your training partner, one person's up, one person's down. The down person's going to iterate through the techniques that we did for 3 minutes. Then you'll change roles and do the same thing. Depending on time, we may do another set with a new training partner. Okay? All right, get paired up on 2 1 2.
Are we going through the armbar as well?
Yes, yes, everything we did.
We did an armbar.
Everything we did. So, have Shane go first. So, armbar and the sweeps. Armbar and the sweeps. Let's go. I'm sorry? No. We're not resisting. They're being there. Yeah, do your practice punches. Do your practice punches. Work your armbar. Yep, so you get your trap, right? Get your lock. Do your bro grip, get your armbar and all that. Or do your sweeps, right? Don't forget about doing the armbar.
So we did that. We did them all with punches. So we set yourself. You're blocking.
Person on top stays on top the whole round.
This is this one. That would be. At some point, I will fall.
I love that waiter sweep. Love it, love it, love it. You remember the flower sweep? Kind of like the waiter sweep, but instead of going under the leg, you're going to grab the pant leg, and you're going to pivot the same way and lift. Different set of grips, almost the exact same motion.
Right. So it's almost like anatomical variance. Yeah.
You let go of his arm. I did.
So theoretically, like if you posted, you know.
So your left hand keeps that arm the whole time. Okay? If you're doing that pendulum, both hands should be on that arm. Okay? Boom, boom. Yep. Break your angle. So don't turn, right? Try to stay flat. Just pivot your body. Okay? Because if you start to turn, what happens? This hip is now closer to the mat. You don't have the leverage to push with that leg, right? So just pivot. So, yep. Yep. Now swing, chop, and push. Chop and push. It's okay. Oh, we don't use that word. We don't say the C word. It's difficult, but we don't say can't.
Don't change the A for U either.
Change roles. Change roles.
All right, Scooter.
Got some time. You're tired and need to rest.
Yeah. So tired.
Yeah.
Lori don't give a shit. She just goes. Begin.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, right. I was gonna say this happens a lot. Yeah, I didn't want to just do maximum suckage.
Not dying yet.
Better not be. Get a new partner. Get a new partner. Ten seconds. Let's go.
You're posted right now.
Well, don't slip your legs like that, because the only way you're getting the full foot, yeah, you're pulling.
Remember frog legs, Matt. Frog legs.
Put the one foot on the mat.
Now pivot, 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 pivot. Yes. See, you don't have to use a shitload of strength even with a bigger person, right? This is all leverage. Heavy heels. Yes.
I can feel it. Okay. You have to really hit it and you're gonna hit the arm out.
This one, I'm struggling with, so let's see what I can do. Pendulum, man.
What are you going for?
I was trying to.
Oh, okay.
Don't hold it. How can I get it? Oh, no, let's see.
Pivot, pivot, pivot. Yes. That wasn't too hateful, Shane.
Right, a little better, huh?
That wasn't too hateful.
So
Reps.
Note that we're reps and not going against the biggest, strongest motherfucker. Should I do that? No. Not bad.
Same thing.
Once you get clear, it's kind of like, it's gonna be a lot bigger.
Shane, next time you do that one, don't ballerina toe, flex and heavy heel.
Oh, Jay.
You were ballerina toed.
Oh.
Kind of like you plank when you do the hip toss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flex and heavy heels.
Okay.
Try that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have any question. Go ahead.
Like, do that arm bar again real quick.
Do the
You got 20 seconds. Do the arm bar real quick. I want to see that one.
So awkward for me to do it this way.
So just get a grip.
I just like this one.
That's fine. That's fine. Remember, my grips are just one set of grips. Got heavy heels. Yes. That was tighter.
More strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change rolls.
Thank you. I never see that. I can never look at that.
What'd you do?
My knees are protesting today.
Okay.
Now they're really pissing me off.
Yeah. Okay. I bought those Anaconda knee braces.
Yeah.
They just arrived today. They're all right. They've got to be better than the $5 Amazon ones that I bought.
I'm sure.
Thumb in on that collar, Brody. Thumb in on the collar.
Come in, okay.
Yes.
Transition to grip.
Pinch those knees. Pinch those knees tight. Okay?
Oh, they were a little loose. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. It's going to isolate that shoulder more, and it's going to make that armbar even worse.
Less escapable.
Exactly.
Push it this way, and then that way you can get my leg. What you doing there, bro?
Yeah.
You didn't do the armbar. So you don't want to.
You're okay.
I like to get a little bit deeper on that grip. Get a little bit deeper on that grip. Yes. Now you have control, right? Just bring him down to you. Bring him to you. Bring him to you. Now pivot. Put that. Yep. Tight. Pivot. Pivot. Now push his head away. Now pinch those knees tight. Point that thumb to the ceiling. Now heavy heels and hip in. There we go. That's why we're doing this.
Right?
Pinch tight. Yes. Mo better. You all right?
Yeah.
Are you broke?
My headache. This is annoying.
Pull that toenail out. She'll forget about the headache.
You feet. Gross. Yes.
It's not my favorite either, but we have to at least be cognizant of it.
Yeah. So do we have to? Can I keep it here?
Look, so he's trying to sit back up, right? You're probably on a pendulum. You're not going to get it that deep, right? You've got to 2-on-1 it because your other options are gone, right? If you can get them dropped down that deep, you may as well armbar or waiter, right? But because it's a mid-range, and this is a last ditch. Oh fuck me, I got to do something here, right? This is where the pendulum comes in my book, anyways.
So then you do a little bit of a pivot.
A little bit of a shimmy to get your hip clear.
Here.
Yeah. Swing it, swing it, swing it. Like I said, it's a oh shit last ditch. All right, time. Go ahead, get lined up, fix your geese. Want both sides, right? Both people want?
Yeah.
Okay.